Trump signs budget deal giving taxpayer money to churches. Unconstitutional. Trump signs a new budget deal giving taxpayer money to churches in direct violation of the U.S. Constitution. In disastrous news for those of us who respect the Constitution and the secular values upon which this nation was founded, President Donald Trump has signed the Bipartisan Act of 2018. In particular, the new budget allows FEMA funds to be used to rebuild churches and other houses of worship damaged or destroyed by natural disasters. So here's the actual verbiage. A church, synagogue, mosque, temple, or other house of worship, educational facility, or any other private nonprofit facility shall be eligible for contributions under paragraph IB without regard to the religious character of the facility or the primary religious use of the facility. No house of worship, educational facility, or any other private nonprofit may be excluded from receiving contributions. So, churches get relief money when they never paid into the tax pool for it. And then, I mean, hey, taxes, churches use the streets. If something happens, they call the fire department and they don't pay a dime in taxes. Churches should be paying taxes just like everybody else. They don't pay a dime. And they're eligible for all these other things. And they don't, I'm self-employed. I can use myself as a for instance. I'm self-employed, all right? And under the current tax law, and I've been self-employed pretty much most of my life. The way the tax laws work in the United States, I would never be eligible for unemployment. And that's what, I mean, it's a choice. I choose to be self-employed. I choose it. But self-employed people like me, we're never eligible for self-employment. We pay into the system, though. We pay taxes. We pay into that system, but we're not eligible to take anything out of it. And that's just the way it is. You just accept that as the way it is. I accept it. That's the way it is. It's not necessarily fair, but it's the way it is. Churches don't pay a dime for anything, yet they get relief money in this, for instance. They can violate the separation of church and state through no consequence. Just look into what the Mormons did in regards to Prop 8. So they can interfere with politics all the time, have no consequence whatsoever. So they can violate the rules on their end, no consequence. They're still tax exempt. They use the same streets as everybody else. They use the public school buses in many cases. That was the case in my community. Yet they don't pay a dime in taxes. They pay nothing into it. So the big takeaway from this story is not only that the Trump administration is doing something atrocious towards the separation of church and state, which every Republican administration does. Not only is that the main theme here, the other theme here is, yet again, another, for instance, why churches should be paying taxes and should have been paying taxes for years. There's no reason why they should be tax exempt. None whatsoever. None at all.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and